Hey guys, this assignment is for Thursday, April 16th for second and fourth period, and Friday, April 17th for third and fifth period. So this assignment is all about the legislative branch. So we are beginning a new standard, which is SS8CG2, the legislative branch and funding. So in this lesson, you will learn about the qualifications for members of the General Assembly, which is Georgia's name for our legislative branch. So we're talking about the members of House of Representatives, and we're talking about being a senator, like what age you have to be, how many years you have to live in the state, such like that. Because again, these are the people that make the decisions of how bills become laws and get the bills passed to be laws that we must abide by. We're also going to talk about the purpose of the committee systems within the General Assembly. There are specific committees within the General Assembly which meet and make laws. We're also going to discuss how a bill becomes a law. I'm sure you remember in elementary school watching the little video about how a bill becomes a law. It's the same thing. We're just going to get a little bit more in depth with it. And last, we're going to talk about how our government makes decisions on how the government is funded. In other words, how do they decide to put money towards education? Do they decide to put money to redo the roads, to build buildings, such like that? So they have to make a lot of decisions in how our governments ran. So you got to realize there's a lot of compromise that goes on within the General Assembly, which is our legislative branch. A lot of compromise, a lot of give and take. They don't always get what they want, and the House and the Senate have to work together to get bills to become laws. Okay. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is in your book, if you have your ABC book, you are going to read pages 173 to 178, which is Georgia's branches of government. And basically, it's just really about the legislative branch and how we fund our government, okay, and the decisions the legislative branch makes. Remember, our Georgia legislative branch is called the General Assembly. That's its name, okay? So you're going to read 173 to 178. If you don't have a book, it's okay. I linked every page below under the classwork tab, so you can read it there, okay? Then on page 178, you are going to answer questions 1 through 5. Now, I made everybody a Google Doc of this, so you can just open up the Google Doc and you can just type in, because this is what you're turning in for me to make comments on, okay? Now, a lot of these questions are not one-word answers. For example, number 1, describe the legislative process by which bills become law in the state of Georgia. That's probably going to be like 5 to 6 sentences. This is not a one sentence thing. Now, if you would like to draw a diagram and take a picture of it, that's fine if you don't want to write out the steps. And if you have your book and you just want to write in your book and take a picture and turn that in instead of the document, that's fine too. Number 2 is just an ABC answer. Same thing for 3. Make sure for number 3, when you read it, it says which of the following statement is true. That means 3 are going to be false and only one statement about the General Assembly is going to be true. Okay. Number 4, describe the differences between property taxes, sale taxes, and personal income taxes. That's basically just giving the definition of each 3 of those taxes. I heard a lot of you talk about income taxes, and you know how at April we file taxes, and you know your parents are getting money back. So a lot of you seem to know about that. So number 5, what are some factors that affect government spending decisions? In other words, what do lawmakers, our General Assembly, have to think about before they start allocating money to different things in our government. And why do they have such an effect? Okay, so this is not something that's going to just take 10 minutes, okay, because these are in-depth answers. Reading the pages, answering the questions, and trying probably is going to take about 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes, okay? If you have any problems doing this, you can always email me. I have my office hours posted in Google Classroom, and I'll be right there to help you every step of the way. Once you turn this document in, I will I will write comments and feedback. Okay, and that way you can look at it and see if what you got right, what you need to work on, and so forth and so on. I just want to let you know I am looking at your work. I am posting feedback because I want to make sure you have what you need to go into ninth grade. I think ninth grade's government. I think it's government, which is exactly what we're ending the year with. So I want you to go into high school with a strong foundation. Last but not least, I am posting 2 videos on the legislative process. One is about how a bill becomes a law, and I can't remember what the other video is, but it's just going to help you understand what you read in the book, okay? Now, after you turn this document in, your questions, that's the only thing you're turning in, hit turn in, you're going to go back to the stream where it says attendance and discussion question. There are 3 discussion questions you can choose from. You do not have to answer all 3. One option is research how a bill becomes a law and make a diagram of the process. Okay, so you can make a diagram of the process. You could just draw it out, and that could be your post, a little picture of your little diagram. Discussion question 2, if you choose to answer it, is how does compromise work in getting a bill through the legislative process? In other words, compromise, give and take. What does the Senate have to give up to have the House be happy with a bill? What does the House have to give up for the Senate to be happy with the bill? Compromise is give and take so everybody is happy. That's discussion question 2. Discussion question 3 is explain why our system of creating laws makes compromise necessary in order to get a bill passed. In other words, why is compromise so important and able to get a bill passed? Remember, you have 2 parts of the General Assembly. You have your senators and you have your House of Representatives. They have to work together. So, for example, if the House of Representatives make a bill, they have to send it to the Senate to have approval. If the Senate makes a bill, they have to send it to the House to make approval. So why is compromise so important for our laws to be made? Okay. Remember, you only have to answer 1 discussion question. Don't forget to comment on 2 of your classmates. I agree, I disagree, and don't forget to be polite, okay? I hope everybody is having an excellent week. Remember, the easiest way to get to me is by email. Look at the office hours. I'm available for you anytime. And if I forget to do something, if you turn in something late, send me an email, especially if it's 1 or 2, 3 days late and you're just getting caught up. Please send me an email. Say, Miss Payne, I'm late doing this assignment. Please look over it. And I will be happy to look over it. I know not everybody is on schedule, and some of you are using the weekend to catch up, which is great. I do go back into Google Classroom to check if anybody's turned anything late, but after like 2 days, I kind of don't. So be sure to email me and say, Miss Payne, I know it's 3 days late. Please look over it. I will be happy to do so. I hope everybody's having a great week, and if you need me, you know where to find me. Bye.